Hey, today we're going to do a really quick, easy, healthy snack. I had a request for some granola on the website, so we're going to do that today. We're going to make a orange zest and cranberry granola with some nice almonds. And I've got a really good friend, Suzanne, who does Randy's Granola, so this was kind of inspired by their product, which is awesome. So I hope it's almost as good as theirs, but we're going to put it together. This is a fun one. The kids can help with this because it's super easy. And it goes together really quickly, and they can help stir it, and it's sticky and messy, and they love that. So, but anyways, we're going to get going on it. What I'm going to do is just basically put everything all in together and stir it up. I've got about 3/4 of a cup of chopped raw almonds, the ones without the salt. They haven't been toasted or anything. I've got 1/2 cup of oats. I've got 1/4 cup each of raisins and dried cranberries, preferably the dried cranberries without the sugar on them. Those are pretty easy to find. You could use any kind of dried fruit that you like. You could do some dried blueberries. We had some dried mangoes the other day. Whatever floats your boat will work in this recipe. And I'm going to do just a touch of olive oil, about a teaspoon. That's just going to kind of help get everything stirred together. And then I'm also going to do a little salt and pepper. Not a lot, just enough to kind of tie everything together. With the almonds, the salt and pepper really helps bring out those flavors of the cranberries and the raisins, and the pepper gives it a nice little zest. So the other thing that we're going to do, some granolas have lots of sugar in them, lots of molasses, really heavy duty sugar going on. We're just going to use a natural honey. This is an organic natural honey, and I'm going to squeeze in roughly about 1/2 cup of honey. And what the honey's going to do is it's going to sweeten everything, but it's also going to help bind this together so it's not just dry, messy granola. The other thing that's going to give this a little different twist is some fresh orange. And we're going to do two things. We're going to add the zest, and then we're also going to add a little bit of the orange juice in there to give it some freshness. And this is an orange zester. It's got some little holes right here. And what you do is run it down the side of the fruit. This is for any kind of citrus. And you're going to get these nice little strings of orange zest. And that's exactly what we want. We just want the orange part. We don't want the white part underneath, because that's very bitter. And I only need about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, depends how much orange punch that you want. I'm going to roll with what I've got right here. And we're just going to chop this up. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we want it kind of small because we don't want a huge mouthful of orange zest in there. So we're going to make them in little pieces, and then we're going to add that in, but that's going to give it a really nice flavor. Now we're going to cut our orange in half, and I'm only going to squeeze about half the orange juice in there because we don't want to make it too wet. But that also is going to help kind of bind it together and just give it a nice flavor. Now here's where the kids like to get involved, because the honey's sticky, the orange zest is in there. What we want to do is just mix it all together. You can use your hands, that's what my sons like to do. But we're just going to kind of mash it together. If you find that it's really dry and it's not holding together at all, add a little bit more honey or a little bit more orange juice, that's okay. You're not going to hurt anything. And I've got my oven preheated to 350. And what we're going to do is once we get this all mixed together, which this is looking pretty good, is we're going to take a little cookie sheet that I sprayed with a little bit of cooking oil, or you could rub a little olive oil on it too. And we're just going to lay it out on there. And the big thing here is we want to flatten it out so it cooks evenly. And as you're baking it, about every 10 minutes I like to get in there and stir it around and just make sure it's cooking evenly. Sometimes the outside edges will brown quicker than the inside will. So we just want to give it a good stir about every 10 minutes. But it'll brown up nicely and get nice and crispy. And after you bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on how hot your oven runs, here's what we're going to end up with. We got a really nice, crispy. That orange flavor really comes out a lot in there with the honey and the dried cranberries and the almonds. It's a great snack. We'll put it in a bowl, we'll serve it out instead of cookies or candy. This is a great way to go, and it's good in the kids' lunches too. So There you go, orange and dried cranberry granola. Thanks a lot for stopping by.